for UG and PG as well. Yeah. So this is okay. Hi, Ansuman. This is Chandini from Via. Hi, Chandini. Good morning. Good evening, I hope. Okay, Garima, UG batch. Okay, great. Your city name, please, Garima. Just hi. Great. I am from Kolkata. Nayan Kumar Diwan. Great. Okay, Garima, you are from Agra. Very good, very good. Great to see you all. Hi. Okay, great. Okay, Vinit Kumar is from Bihar. Great. Vinit, can you write your city name also? I am from Patna and UG batch. Okay, Ansuman. Great, Ansuman. Any other from other cities? Okay, so I am seeing Pooja, Siddharth, Jyoti, Nabya, Neha, Pinky, Kanish, Vinit, Ashu. I am from Rewadi. Great, Pooja. Thank you. Suman, Ankit, Tiasha. Okay, thank you, everyone. Anyone from other cities? Please let me know. And which subject? Can you mention your subject? For which subject you joined this CUET program? Just text in the chat box. For Nikhil for IR, I am from Patna, Nabhya. Okay, Nabhya. Which subject, Nabhya? Okay, biotech. Okay, Asutosh Parida for biotech. Great, great. Asutosh. Any other? Okay, Irfan also joined. Thank you, Irfan sir. Agriculture. Okay, Rajbir is for account business. Okay, Nakul is for Chinese. Great. Anul Saxena is for history. Great. And Suman PCM general test English. Okay, great. Okay. So we will know a bit. Okay, Garima Chauhan for Japanese. Great, Garima. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will know a basic thing about common university entrance test today session. So it will be common for everyone. Of course, we will deal the subject in detailed manner. Other means in next session, but this will be a common university entrance test. Basic information. Ashu Yadav for Japanese. Okay, Ashu. Thank you. Which city, Ashu, you are from? Okay, so we can start. Okay, so in case you have any question during the session, you can note down. You can also write in chat box so we can see in the chat box and get back to you. So now we can start.
Namaskar and a very good afternoon to all of you. I wish you a warm welcome to today's event of Puraskaar. Now, before moving to the main motto and objective of today's, let us talk about a little bit of Puraskaar. The ideology of Puraskaar is a gift of education. How we started, our journey was full of obstacles. It started during the mid of pandemic when we all were locked in inside our house. Then, four volunteers they came forward. They started online class discussions and teaching basic subjects. From the obstacles, now we have created opportunities to a lot of students. From online class discussions, now we are an organization. from 4 volunteers. Now we are 200 plus pan India. From basic subjects, now we are providing advanced subjects like Python, coding, R, and as well as extracurricular activities like dancing, singing, arts and crafts, and foreign languages like Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Korean. Our vision is the upliftment and empowerment of the society through education, because education is the only media through which we can grow as a nation and make a place in the world's rank. Our mission is to provide equal access of education to all of you, irrespective of gender, caste, race, religion, geography, and economic condition. Our motto is Kalam se Kalam tak. We want our student, through the power of education, to reach towards heights and break the glass ceiling and make a position in the world. I cannot thank enough to our founder, Mr. Gautam Kumar, who started this organization with such a noble thoughts. Mr. Gautam Kumar is an alumnus of prestigious JNU. He has more than 10 years of experience as a Japanese language translator and faculty. Apart from that, he also worked as freelance translator, interpreter, and business advisor for various government projects and MNCs. Now let's move towards the main topic and main objective of today's webinar, which is CUET. Before that, I want to introduce myself as the host of the day, as I am Tyasha Dikari and I am a PR head of Puraskaar. And I want to now welcome to our honorable guest of honor for the today's webinar, Mr. Prabhat Kumar. Mr. Prabhat Kumar is an Chinese faculty and he is an BA MA from JNU. He is now pursuing PhD from Central University of Gujarat. He has and holder of MHID scholarship from through which he went for 1 year of advanced diploma in Chinese from Beijing Foreign Study Universities. He has also delegate member and interpreter of Indian EU delegation to China in 2010. He has also attended Young Sinologist Conference as well as Chinese Translator Meet in China. His area of research is Chinese language and literature, Chinese discourses and narratives, Chinese cultures, Chinese diaspora. Now we want to welcome Sir to throw some lights about the CUET. Let us know what is CUET from our guest of honor. Sir, please.
Thank you very much for your nice, generous introduction. Uh, I'm going to talk about today about common university entrance test. So I'm first going to share the PPT. Already PPT is shared.
Sir, it's visible, sir. It's visible, sir. It's
So
visible.
I don't need to share again.
Yeah, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah. So today I'm going to discuss about CUET, which is also the simple synchronyme of Common University Entrance Test. This is the first time that a common entrance examination is being held for the maximum number of the universities based in India at such vast scale. Vast scale because more than 50 universities are coming together to conduct a joint entrance examination for their various courses. So this is happening first time in India actually. And this also is going to cater needs of different courses of various different universities actually. So this happened after the instruction from the university UGC, which asked every universities uh, getting funded by the UGC to conduct this CUET. In my presentation, first of all, I will talk about the existing structure of educational institutions in India. Then I will be talking about the National Testing Agency, which is actually the conducting agency of this CUET 2022. No, keep it first slide, Gautam ji. Yeah,
Please.
I will ask to you can change the slide. Thank you. So, after introduction of NTA, I will talk about the Common Entrance Test 2022, and then finally about the CUET. I mean, how and uh, how CUET is going to be conducted for the various courses in India for UG and PG both. After the presentation, as the host told, that there will be Q&A session and interested participants may ask the questions. The second slide, please.
Next slide. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this slide, I am going to talk about the structure of education institutions in India. Actually, what kind of a structure is existing in India in regarding higher education actually. So there has been enormous growth in higher education in India after independence. It runs actually India runs the third largest higher education system and has the third largest pool of skilled manpower in the world. Of course, after US and China. It is important for us to note that the educational structure in India operates at all levels. We know that from preschool level to the postdoctoral degree level actually. So full fledged educational structure is in India. Department of Higher Education under Ministry of Education governs the higher education in India. And now there is Ministry of Education. Earlier it was the Ministry of Human Resource Development. We call that MHRD. But from the last year, it changed to the Ministry of Education by the Act of Parliament. The name was changed from MHRD to MOE. Now, the Department of Higher Education works under the MOE, and Department of Higher Education, in accordance to the UGC Act of 1956, set up an autonomous organization called UGC, University Grants Commission, in 1956. And this UGC is a statutory body actually, and it is assigned with the job of coordination, determination, and maintenance of standards of higher education. And Ministry of Education through UGC funds various universities in India, including central universities, but of course not the private universities. Now, what type of institutions are classified in India? So we will see that we see that there are three types of broad heads where educational institutions in higher education works actually. First level is of university level institutions, universities actually, such as Jawaharlal University, Delhi University, or Central University of Gujarat. So these are the university level institutions for higher education. Now we also see that the second broad head is of colleges institutions, and these colleges are either affiliated or recognized by certain university. So if we see that there is Shivaji College in Delhi or Motilal Nehru College in Delhi. So these are the colleges, but they are either affiliated or recognized by the university, Delhi University. So these places are also placed for higher educations, but below the rank of university level. Now, third broad head of higher education is of standalone institutions. Standalone institutions are not affiliated or recognized by university, but they are research. These institutions work as a place of research, place of higher education. So these are three broad heads where higher education functions in India actually. Now, if we talk about the categories, main categories of university level institutions in India, then there are 5 types of categories of university level institutions. University, not we are not going to talk about the college level higher education institutions or a standalone research institutions, but we are going to talk about central university level institutions, which are of 5 types. First category is of uh, CUs. CUs means central universities, and second is SUs. SUs are of state universities. Third is of DUs, deemed universities. Fourth is PUs, private universities. Uh, PPT is not visible now.
Tiasha, hello, Tiasha. Sorry for interruption. Okay. Prabhat
Can I,
sir, you can also, if you want to
okay, yeah,
share.
I will share. I
Yeah,
will
please,
share.
please. Sir. Thank you so much. Sorry for interruption, team.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, is it visible? PPT.
Sir, fine. Yeah, clear, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So central universities, state universities, deemed universities, private universities. But there, besides these 4, there is another uh, uh, types of higher education learning institutions in India of university level. That is institutions of national importance. Now, what is central university? Or what are central universities? Central university are established or incorporated by central government through a Parliament Act. So Parliament constitutes central uh, universities. So these universities are funded by UGC. These universities are funded by Ministry of Education through the UGC. Second level is second type of universities in India are of center state universities. A university which is established or incorporated by a state act or provincial act of a particular state. Those universities are state universities. Although these universities are recognized by uh, UGC, which is the autonomous body of central government, these universities has these universities are controlled by actually the state government, and so they also get the funding from state governments as well as UGC also. Third categories of universities are of deemed universities. What is deemed university? Deemed, am I audible?
Sir, you are audible, sir. You are audible,
Okay.
sir.
Deemed universities are institutions deemed to be university. They are not full-fledged university, but they are deemed to be universities. And these universities are recognized by central government under Section 3 of the UGC Act. So UGC recognizes few kind of higher education institutions as deemed universities, but they are not the full-fledged university. As they are the deemed universities recognized by UGC, so they also get the fund from UGC, from state government also, and from other institutions also. But these deemed universities are not established by an act of parliament or by an act of state legislature assembly. Now, fourth categories of private universities. So, private universities are universities established through a state or central act by sponsoring bodies. So, if we talk about some Amity universities, Amity University is private university. Why? Because this university is sponsored by a third. I mean, not by the government body, but by the private body, or either a society registered under Societies Registration Act, or by uh, any other corresponding bodies. But these are not the government-controlled institutions. So these private institutes are also the result of the uh, CSR activity of private companies. Now, fifth type of universities is institutions are of institutions of national importance. And institutions established by Act of Parliament and declared as uh, institution of national importance, uh, but they get the more autonomy than other institutions in India. So, if Central University uh, or if we compare with the state university, these universities, IONI, get more autonomy in the sense of governing, in the sense of funding, in the sense of collaboration with other university within India or outside India. So they have more autonomy. So in India, this is the basic structure of higher educational institutions. Now we will talk about the National Testing Agency. What is National Testing Agency? Which is going to organize, conduct, and give the result of CUET. Actually, National Testing Agency has been established as a premier. Uh, Before that, I want to say that in India there are central universities. There are total 54 central universities and 453 state universities, 410 private universities, and 126 deemed to be universities, and 132 institutes of national importance. So, in India, there is a huge chain of higher education system. Now, National Testing Agency has been established as a premier, specialist, autonomous, and self-sustained testing organization, testing agency to conduct the various types of entrance examinations for admissions in different universities, for admissions in different institutions, as well as to conduct the examinations for different kind of fellowships in India. Fellowships uh, also include JRF, Junior Research Fellowships, and other types of fellowships also. Actually, NTA is a recently established university. It has it was established in 2017 by the government, by the central government, with the vision that the right candidates joining based institutions will give India her demographic dividend. So earlier it was, the situation was like that different universities are conducting their own entrance test at different level at different time with uh, different phases in different phases. Like DU was taking a students on basis of 10 plus 2 marks, but at the same time JNU was conducting its own examination to take admissions in undergraduate programs. So there were no any synchrony in those admission tests. So with this objective and with this vision, central government established this NTA so that uh, many students can be able to give the one examination to get the opportunity to be selected in different universities in India. Therefore, its main objective is to conduct efficient, transparent, and international standards tests in order to assess the competency of candidates for admission as well as the for recruitment processes in India. It conducts various examinations such as JEE, NEET, CMAT, GPAT, HMJE, as well as UGC NET. Now, from this 2022, they are also conducting CUET. Now, what is CUET? The Common University Entrance Test is conducting this year first time. Then what was earlier? Earlier it was CUCET, Central University Common Entrance Test, and it was conducted by Central University of Rajasthan. So Central University of Rajasthan was a nodal agency to conduct CUSET for its participating universities. Now again, there is no any binding by the central government that university must uh, participate in this USET or CUET. But yes, if as there is instructions, central government funded institutions are bound to participate in these entrance test examinations. to take admissions in various courses. So NTA from 2022 onwards started to conduct this CUET for undergraduate and postgraduate courses, and various central and participating universities are participating in this CUET to get students for admission in their various courses. Why why we need this single window for entrance test? Because if we see the number of enrollment in higher education in India, it is very high, 38.5 million. So there should be some homogeneous single process where such huge number of students can participate and give examinations to get the right university. So this CUET is the computer-based test. Computer-based test, MCQ types questions are there. So result is instant. If because this is 38.5 million number is a huge number, so results are also required to be produced instantly. So computer-based test is required for that. The role of NTA is confined. What is the role of NTA? The role is NTA is confined, very much confined. Its work is to get the registration of candidates, conduct the test, host the answer key, inviting the challenges for any problem in the during the test, then finalizing the answer keys, and preparing and declaring the result, and hosting the scorecard. So the final uh, result of NTA examination will be to produce a scorecard. So NTA would not have any role in giving the admission in a particular institution. It will only produce the scorecard. Now merit is then how merit list will be prepared. Merit list will be prepared by participating universities, organizations by themselves. Universities may conduct their individual counseling on the basis of this scorecard. So they can invite students to come to the university for counseling, and on basis of that, admission will be conducted. Now CET is for both courses, UG as well as PG, undergraduate as well as postgraduate. For undergraduate CUET test, it will be conducted in 13 medium across India for admission into the various UG courses. So 13 mediums is that the examination will be conducted in 13 different regional languages as per the mandate of NEP, National Education Policy. And these 13 languages are Assamese, Bengali, English, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, Urdu, etc. Now, what is the design of this test? So there are a total 3 sections in this UG CUET test. Section 1A, Section 2, and Section 3. Section 1A is of 13 languages. Actually, this implies that the examination would be held in 13 languages, and a student has to select one language for that. And Section 1B is of 20 languages. So there are 20 languages mentioned. Out of 20 languages, a student has to select one language for which a student has to give examination. So there are many languages included in this Section 1B. Not only the Indian languages, but also the foreign languages. Section 2 comprises 27 domain-specific subjects. So there are different subjects for which students are going to sit in the examinations. And these domains include such as accountancy, agriculture, anthropology, chemistry, environmental science, home science, history, geography, mass media, physics, political science, psychology, Sanskrit, etc. So there are total 27 domain-specific subjects to which students are going to sit for the examination. Section 3 is of general test. So general aptitude test would be conducted to assess the student, and this section 3 is the mandatory for all the students. So students has to select one language course, one language from section 1B. Then he or she may choose one domain specific subject, and then he or she must have to sit for this general test. Now a candidate, so if we see the pattern, then we will be more clear. A candidate can take maximum of 9 tests in following manner. So NTA is going to give the scorecard. So students, I mean, if a student want to apply for, for example, if he wants to apply for Central University of Gujarat Chinese language, BA in Chinese, or if he wants to study BA in Gujarati, or if he wants to study BA in history, then there are different, these are different subjects, different domains. So he or she may select these different subjects for which he or she will appear in the examinations. So like this, a candidate can take maximum 9 tests. And what are those 9 tests? Maximum, he or she can choose maximum 2 languages from section 1A and section 1B taken together. So section 1A is the medium of the examination. He or she may select one language from there, and section 1B is of general languages. From that list, a student can choose one language, and then he or she may also choose 6 domain subjects from section 2. So domain subjects is the specific subjects like history, social science, home science, psychology, others. So a student can choose from that also. The general test is compulsory, as I said. So like this, students can choose maximum 9 tests, and the scorecard will represent his or her score in these different 9 papers. Considering that candidates from different states boards would be applying for CUET, NTA has decided to provide choice in all sections of question paper. So there are many choices. So actually, this is I mean, this process is going to happen first time in India. So it is very much complex, and because there are so many courses, there are so many universities, and there are so many different languages, regional languages in India. So it is very much, I mean, complex, but if it happens successfully, then it will be a great uh, for students actually. For choosing languages, domain-specific subjects, and general tests, the candidate must refer to requirement of his or her intended university, and choices should match the requirement of the university. So, if university based in Gujarat is conducting examination in Hindi or English medium or Gujarati medium, then a student from Tamil Nadu cannot opt that Central University Gujarat papers should be in Tamil language or Kannada language. So a student must have to be careful when he or she choose his or her subject or medium of examination. So there, depending on the different selection, different choices of the candidate, examination, UG examination would be from 45 or 60 minutes to 195 minutes if he or she chooses 4 tests in a particular slot. So slot one is from 9 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. and slot 2 is from 3 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. So there is a negative marking also for the giving wrong answer. 1 mark will be deducted for wrong answer. However, there will be 0 mark for unanswered, unattempted questions. Then what is the syllabus of CUET UG? Their detailed syllabus is given on the website of NTA, which can be seen at this link. However, section 1A and 1B language portion to be tested through reading comprehension based on different types of passages, which includes factual, literary, and narrative types of things. Section 3 would be testing of current affairs, general knowledge, general mental ability, numerical ability, IQ tests, like that. It also consists quantitative reasoning, uh, logic, and analytical reasoning. So if we see that the requirement of CUET UG 2022 in my university, which is Central Gujarat, if you see that we are having a BA in, can you see? Is it visible, my slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
So, can
So
you just play it? Oh, yeah, yeah, it's visible. Thank you.
if you if you see in my university, there are 3 programs where BA courses are conducted. So BA honors in German studies, BA honors in Chinese, and 5-year integrated dual degree BM in social management. So section 1A. Uh, I just said that there are section 3 is mandatory for all the courses in BA, but a student may choose one language from section 1A and section 1B. But again, it depends on the participating universities to make their own parameter, what they want to conduct in their entrance tests and how they want to evaluate the students. So my university decided that the medium of uh, uh, examination would be English. So our university decided to give only one option from section 1A, which is English, and section 3 general test would be mandatory for the candidate. Now we talk about the CUET postgraduate 2022. So the last date is extended from 18th of June to 4th of July. So students can also students can still, I mean, apply for CUET PG examination. CUET PG will be only conducted in 2 languages, English and Hindi. There will be no any options there besides these 2 languages. And TA is conducting entrance test for 65 participating universities for PG courses, and these universities include central universities, uh, central universities, state universities, deemed universities, as well as private universities also. And a candidate can generally apply for 3 test papers. What is these 3 test papers? So papers are actually, if we see this point, PGPQ 01 to PGPQ 78, bunching of question papers. So actually, one question paper is given a code like PGPQ01. So a student can apply for 3 uh, question papers, test papers, which may cater different courses of the different universities. So, if, for example, if I selected PGPQ01, then this PGPQ may be question paper for MA in uh, uh, defense studies, MA in international relations, MA in strategic studies. So by choosing this PGPQ1, the student is actually selecting 3 types of courses he may apply. However, candidates can attempt only one course in a given examination slot. So only one course is allowed during a given examination slot, which is actually the given examination timing shift. Different set of question papers for one course by different universities. So like if you see the MA in Hindu Studies, so MA in Hindu Studies in Central University Gujarat and MA in Hindu Studies in Jawaharlal Nehru University. Courses are same, but the question papers are different for these 2 universities. So a candidate wants to study MA in Hindu Studies, then he or she should select different question papers for this similar uh, course of 2 different universities. As I said, there is a bunching of question papers. So PGPQ01 to PGPQ78. 1 to 78 is going to cater entire PG courses available in India. So I mean, you can imagine that MA in Hindu Studies, MA in History, MA in Chinese, MA in German, MA in Social Science, MA in Political Science. How many courses are there? So this was a very complex task to bunch the question paper to make the process simple. One paper code may be used to evaluate students applying for similar courses in different universities also. So like if I am choosing PGPQ1, which is the examination for MA in Chinese in Central University Gujarat also, MA in Chinese in JNU also. So by this, one student can apply similar course in different universities also. Each question carries 4 marks, while negative response will deduct 1 mark from the scorecard. Now, there are different patterns of same paper code. As I just said, there are different code PGQQ 01 to PGQQ 78, but there are different patterns also in from 1 to 78. So pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3. So there are different patterns. Pattern 1 will include 100 questions, but 25 questions may be from language comprehension and 75% will be from domain language. So for example, if MA in Chinese, then 25 questions out of 100 would be from different field, and 70 would be from Chinese language, Chinese literature, so from domain field. That is the question pattern. Pattern 2 includes 25 questions, again from language comprehension, verbal ability, general knowledge, mathematical, quantitative ability, and etc. If you see pattern 3, then there is no bifurcation of 25 or 75. There is total 100 questions, which comprises language comprehension, verbal ability, mathematical quantitative ability, data interpretation, and logical reasoning. So these are the different patterns of question paper. So the timing would be from 10 a.m. to 12 noon for slot 1 and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. for slot 2. So examination would be of 2 hours, 100 questions. Syllabus for various PG courses can be seen at the website of NTA from this link. Thank you. Thank you for
so much, sir.
patience listening. Yeah, if you have any question,
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
I will be happy to answer. Yeah.
Tiasha, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing so much of important information with us. I'm sure that this is going to help the students a lot. Now I want to move, and I want to welcome to the another guest of today's, Mr. Prabhat Kumar. He is an assistant professor in Delhi University. He is born in Muzaffarpur, and initial education was done in there. Then he moved to Delhi for higher education and started his career as training and mentoring students for CAT and other competitive examination. He is a founder, director of IAS Patshala for mentoring students for civil services examination. Presently, he is teaching GU. He has published several research papers and articles in the field of economics. His hobby is quizzing and debating. Please, sir, if you want to share some knowledge with us.
Welcome, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Puraskaar, for inviting me for this. And also thanks a lot that Puraskaar is doing. It's like a great initiative by the Puraskaar. They are doing this for the people who are like studying, residing in a very far off areas, and making them aware about what is happening in the education system, what is the changes are being brought. So I also like to thank you, Prabhat sir. He has given a very good overview of what is like going to be a CUET examination. I will not I just want to tell, the initial part Prabhat sir has already discussed. I will just try to give some ideas to the student how to tackle this examination, what to do, how to prepare, and then mainly I will love to take the queries of the students that what are the difficulties they are facing. So in just I will try to sum up in 3-4 minutes to the students that what is basically required for success in CUET. See, CUET is a new thing for everyone. So first thing which I want students to be aware of and what they are not supposed to do, that you will find everyone expert of CUET. So kindly go to the person, contact with the people who are really aware of what is CUET. If you open your Google or YouTube account, you will find that there are a number of people who are come with various ideas what is going to happen in the CUET. It is like it is like what is it is like that COVID 2 years back we faced a pandemic. Okay, so everyone was expert on pandemic. Nobody was aware what is going to happen. Similar thing is happening for CUET. So just be aware of that. And sir has already told Prabhat sir that it's going to be a 3-part test where one language skill is going to be tested. Your language skill is going to be tested. Second one is where they are going to ask questions from your general ability test, and then the domain specific paper question. For domain specific things, stick to your NCRT. Don't go beyond NCRT. Don't go for various notes. First, try to finish off your NCRT things. NTA is conducting this exam for the very first time. So I guess the level of difficulty won't be very high. So stick to the NCRT thing for this domain specific thing. For general ability and English language test, there are various guidebook available in the country. But you have to find out which one is the best one. So still, I cannot tell that this one is the good one. But for general ability, another test, you have just go and find out what are the examination is being conducted at 12th level, like National Defense Academy examination. English is not going to be more difficult than what is being asked in the NDA examination, because NDA examination एक national level का exam है और UPSC conduct कराती है, keeping in mind students from various tier of the various states or the various cities are participating in that examination. So they ask question basically from the level of difficulty will be not more than that. So very simple thing. These questions are available on the UPSC website. You download those papers, try to solve it. For domain specific things, stick to the NCRT things. But one most important thing is that you need to practice how to solve MCQ, multiple choice questions. So you just focus on them, how to solve it. Try to solve as many as question as possible. And in your exam, they are going to ask, sir has already told that there is one marks will be deducted for every wrong answer and +5 for every right answer. So the negative marking is 0.02%. Okay, so 1/3 नहीं है, 1/4 नहीं है, उससे भी कम है, 1/5 negative marking है. So एक इसमें ये होगा कि बच्चे हंच पे आंसर करेंगे तो कट ऑफ लेवल ऊपर जाएगा. जहाँ पे आप थोड़ा भी बिल्कुल ही श्योर नहीं है कि इस क्वेश्चन के बारे में कहीं भी नहीं सुना है तो उसको आप छोड़ सकते हैं. अदरवाइज आपको लगता है कि इसको पढ़ा है, डाउट है 1-2 ऑप्शंस में, तो उसको आप अटेम्प्ट जरूर कीजिए, बिकॉज 1/5 नेगेटिव मार्किंग इज नॉट, I can say with my experience that it is not very cruel negative marking, form of negative marking where you will be end up getting negative marks because you have tried some question on your hunch. So that is the things you are supposed to do. For general ability test, again, Delhi University and other university have been conducting examinations on the general ability test from last 15-20 years. DU has a BBA, BBE entrance examination. वो जो जनरल एबिलिटी टेस्ट है उसके लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी के बियॉन्ड हम जनरल एबिलिटी नहीं पूछने जा रहे हैं. वो लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी वही रहेगा, आपको उस पर फोकस करना है और उसके प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं। ये एक एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट है। एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट में सफलता का यू लाइक सबसे बड़ा जो की टू लाइक सक्सेस फॉर द एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट इज practice, practice and practice. You need to solve the mock papers and resolve it, again solve it. Like if you just focus 20 mock papers for your general ability test, repeat करके करो, एग्जाम में गलतियां कम होंगी और अच्छे नंबर आएंगे। सो यही मेरा एक जो बेसिक क्रस्ट यही है कि बच्चों को बताना कि यू नीड टू बी अवेयर हाउ टू टेक द एग्जाम, व्हाट टू डू ऑन द एग्जाम डे। So, and we are like paucity of time. I will request Gautam to start the QA session. If some people have some queries, I will try to answer, or Prabhat sir is already here. He can also answer the queries.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Okay, so what we request everyone, you can ask your question by unmuting, and if you want to go in sequence, what I request, you can ask your question in chat box so we can take on priority. Anyone who want to ask question, please raise your hand. Okay, for JNU, yeah, Ansuman, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Ansuman, you can ask your question, please. Unmute yourself and ask your question. You are on mute. Only general test and English subject required. Okay, so Ansuman is asking कि जो JNU का एंट्रेंस टेस्ट है उसमें इंग्लिश और जनरल सब्जेक्ट होगा केवल या और कुछ होगा, प्रभात सर?
Actually, it depends on the university. So different universities having different guidelines for their examinations.
Sir,
I don't know. One is asking for UG or PG.
अंशुमन, आपका ये क्वेश्चन पीजी और यूजी किसके लिए, आप थोड़ा स्पेसिफिक हो सकते हैं? अनम्यूट करके आप पूछ सकते हो अपना क्वेश्चन।
अंशुमान जी, क्या है आपका?
सर यूजी है मेरा, यूजी है।
यूजी के लिए as I said, NTA has said that उनके ने बताया कि 13 भाषाओं में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, बट आपको चूज करना है पहले कौन से भाषा में आप क्वेश्चन। 13 भाषाएं में है, इंग्लिश है, हिंदी है, असमीज है, बंगाली है, गुजराती है, कन्नड़ है, मलयालम है, मराठी, पंजाबी, तमिल, तेलुगु, उर्दू।
मैंने 2 सब्जेक्ट चूज करा है लैंग्वेज में मैंने 2 सब्जेक्ट चूज करा है, इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी।
बीए इन हिंदी और बीए इन इंग्लिश?
सर मैंने 2 सब्जेक्ट चूज करा है, इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी।
बीए के लिए ना आपने चूज किया है? आपने क्या बीए हिंदी के लिए, बीए हिंदी और बीए इंग्लिश ये चूज किया है ना?
जेएनयू में तो जापानीज कोर्स वगैरह होता है ना सर।
आपने वही तो आपने 2 लैंग्वेज सेलेक्ट किया, हिंदी और इंग्लिश, लैंग्वेजेस के लिए। तो क्वेश्चन उसी में आएगा देन।
नहीं, मैं सब्जेक्ट का क्वेश्चन मैं पूछ रहा था सर, जैसे सेक्शन 3 में जनरल टेस्ट है हम लोग का,
वो जो भाषा आपने चूज किया है उसी भाषा में आएगा। बीए इन चाइनीज या बीए इन जापानीज में क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है बीए के।
नहीं सर, मेरे पूछने का मतलब वो नहीं है। मैं मतलब बहुत दिन पहले से एक चीज क्लियर करना चाह रहा था कि उसमें मतलब जैसे मान लीजिए मैं पीसीएम है, तो अगर कहीं हम बीटेक के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो पीसीएम पूछेगा, फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री मैथ से क्वेश्चंस आएंगे। क्या आप समझ पा रहे हैं सर?
हाँ, मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ, बताइए।
हाँ, तो पीसीएम पूछ रहा है, जैसे उसी में अगर हम जेएनयू के लिए एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स दे रहे हैं तो उसके लिए जनरल टेस्ट के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे और इंग्लिश के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे।
हाँ जी।
हाँ, बस यही था।
जनरल टेस्ट में आपको पता है जनरल नॉलेज आएगा, काइंड ऑफ आएगा,
जनरल नॉलेज, एम्पलीट्यूड, रीजनिंग वगैरह। ओके, थैंक यू।
General ability, they are going to ask you GK, general knowledge, LR, logical reasoning, and some questions from mathematical ability. जो पहले वो पैटर्न होगा।
ओके, थैंक्स।
तो पहले 12वीं 10+2 बेस्ड एसएससी का एग्जामिनेशन होता है, वही लेवल होता है।
ओके।
पहले भी क्वेश्चन ले ही रही थी ना लैंग्वेज टेस्ट के लिए, एंट्रेंस लेती थी, वही लेवल रहेगा, उससे चेंज नहीं है।
ओके।
Question by, I think a question by, you can ask your question. Garima, please, open for you. Yeah, Garima. Please, Garima, आप unmute करके question पूछ सकते हैं. Please ask your question. Just let me know from where are you and ask your question. Garima, unmute yourself.
ये सर सर मुझे पूछना था कि सिर्फ जनरल नॉलेज और इंग्लिश से ही क्वेश्चंस आएंगे या मैथ से भी आएंगे?
मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग, जैसे मैथ्स में आते हैं ना रीजनिंग टाइप, उस
सर रीजनिंग और एनसीईआरटी की जो 8th की सर बुक है उससे भी क्वेश्चन आएंगे मैथ की?
नहीं, मैथ का जनरल मैथ का नहीं आता कि अलजेब्रा जैसे a+b का होल
नहीं,
स्क्वायर
जैसे कंपाउंड
नहीं आता, मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग आता है। जैसे कि
नहीं,
1 घंटा में एक नल से 5 लीटर पानी भरी जा रही है, तो 2 घंटे में 2 नल कितने पानी भरेंगे, जो हम लोग पढ़ते थे, आप लोग को याद होगा।
हाँ।
10+2 बेस्ड जो एसएससी का ही होता है क्वेश्चन, उस तरीके का रीजनिंग इसको बोलते हैं, मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग।
सर आप कुछ लिंक्स वगैरह या कुछ क्वेश्चंस बता सकते हैं सर किससे तैयार करें?
जैसे मुझे लगता है आभास सर ने कहा कि जो प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस हैं जेएनयू के, उसको आप रेफर कर सकते हैं।
फॉर मैथमेटिकल एबिलिटी भी आप जो कंबाइंड डिफरेंस सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन, जो सर ने बताया, जो एसएससी के एग्जामिनेशन है, जो अरिथमेटिक वाला पार्ट है वो पूछा जाएगा। 8th क्लास स्टैंडर्ड रहेगा जनरल मैथ का, वही जैसे टाइम, स्पीड एंड डिस्टेंस, टाइम एंड वर्क। एक आदमी मिलके 5 दिन में काम कंप्लीट करता है, दूसरा आदमी 10 दिन में करता है, तो दोनों मिलके कितने दिन में करेगा। इस तरह के जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो, और टाइम, स्पीड एंड डिस्टेंस, थोड़ा न्यूमेरिकल एबिलिटी, जहाँ नंबर्स के बारे में बताओ कि इवन नंबर है, ऑड नंबर से एंड होगा, वो 7 से डिवाइड
ओके
होगा
सर
कि नहीं
सर
होगा। तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस जो है ना, आपको यूट्यूब वीडियोस पे हैं, लेकिन मैं किसी इंस्टीट्यूट्स के हिसाब से आपको ये नहीं करूंगा। आप खुद ही देख लो कि जिसके थोड़ा पॉपुलैरिटी लेवल हाई हो, वो आप उसको फॉलो कर लो। और अदरवाइज कुछ लिंक अगर मुझे दिखेंगे तो आई विल ट्राई टू शेयर विद गौतम सर, एंड ही विल बी शेयरिंग विथ यू।
Sure, sure, sir. Guys, we have a WhatsApp group here, and be connected with WhatsApp group. What we will do, we will specify the group for different domains. Like if we have a JNU entrance examination, we will categorize UG for foreign languages. We will categorize PG for sociology, and you can ask your question with, and we have a mentor for different languages. Okay, so that is the way that we will prepare. We will help you to prepare for CUET. Okay, so be connected with us. Follow us on our social media network, so you can ask your question anytime. Thank you. Any question from your side, please ask.
आप गरिमा जी, आप ये भी कर सकते हो गरिमा कि पहले सीयू सेट होता था, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी कॉमन एंट्रेंस टेस्ट, जो क्वेश्चन सेटर हैं बेसिकली वही हैं, तो यू कैन आल्सो रेफर दोज क्वेश्चंस आल्सो फॉर योर, आप उसको भी दे सकते हैं अपने नॉलेज के लिए। सीयू
ओके
सेट
सर
पहले क्वेश्चंस, मुझे एग्जैक्ट आइडिया नहीं कहाँ मिलेगा, बट यू ट्राई टू सर्च ऑन वेबसाइट्स ऑन गूगल।
सर जैसे हम किसी लैंग्वेज से कर रहे हैं तो सर उस लैंग्वेज से भी क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं क्या?
नहीं, आपको लैंग्वेज पता नहीं तो कौन पूछेगा आपको लैंग्वेज के बारे में।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
अब कोई बच्चा, एक बच्चा बीए जापानीज भी अप्लाई कर रहा है, बीए चाइनीज भी अप्लाई कर रहा है, बीए रशियन भी कर रहा है, तो तीनों लैंग्वेज कैसे जान सकता है? नहीं जान सकता ना। हेलो या
बोलिए। Anyone have any other question, please feel free to ask your question.
There is a question from Samidha Jain. If you can read it
Okay.
out, Gautam.
Yeah, please, I will. Thank you. Samida, for humanities student. Yeah, Samida, you can ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I am a humanities student. I have humanities plus maths, and I am currently in 12th. So I was wondering that for preparation of CUET, should it be done throughout the year while studying for boards, or after completing boards, the 2-month time which we had, is it enough for completing CUET preparation?
Hello.
Yes. Can I answer Samida's question? Samida, you like if for the domain specific paper, you are already doing in class 12. You have to just be like more aware, like how to solve this MCQ paper. If you are going for, it's like you have taken humanities with maths. That means you are like eyeing for some. If you are targeting some humanities courses for your honors thing, like BA honors economics. In that case, if you are targeting BA honors economics for Delhi University, you have to prepare your maths paper as well, because maths is compulsory to take economics honors in Delhi University. But in some other university, it's like a state university, you don't need to have maths at +2 level. Since you have maths at +2 level, you are supposed to answer that paper also. But in like for the general ability test, this answer is for everyone. General ability test is only for those students who are going to want to seek admission in the paper subject related to general ability test. It is not for everyone. So if you want to, general ability things can be prepared in a month or two. You don't need to study for one entire year to prepare your general ability things. But English and the subject domain specific thing you are already doing in your +2 level. You just need to be more focused, more attentive, how to solve a multiple choice question paper. Problem with multiple choice question is that there is a high possibility of making people from at of your age, because they are like a 12th student, but since they are taking this MCQ paper for the first time, so there is a possibility of making some silly mistake, knowing the answer A, you doubt A hoga, B hoga, you end up doing B, correct answer is A. So to avoid these silly mistakes, you are supposed to solve more question paper. That's it. आपको मॉक पेपर जितना ज्यादा सॉल्व करेंगे, ये सिली मिस्टेक्स आपको नहीं होंगे.
So you are saying that if we focus on our board exams in our domain subjects, it is more than enough for a year. And in the end, we can focus on other mock test and journal papers.
Exam, just if you want to join BBA or BBE thing, in that case, you are supposed to appear for the general ability thing also. All these things can be prepared in a month. Okay, not more than 2 months. ये basically जो mental ability, general ability का जो preparation है, वो बेसिकली आपको हर दिन 2 महीने अगर आप 2 घंटे करते हैं तो बहुत बढ़िया कर कर आएंगे, और आपका सब्जेक्ट स्पेसिफिक प्रिपरेशन आपके +2 लेवल पे हो ही रहा है.
Sir, I want to do BA honors in economics from DU. So
Okay,
could you
BA
please guide from that?
BA honors in economics if you want to do from DU, एक मैथ्स का पेपर आपको करना कंपलसरी है, इंग्लिश करना कंपलसरी है, मतलब इंग्लिश मैथ्स तो आपको करना ही है. उसके अलावा आप 2 और भी कोई भी चॉइस पेपर ले सकते हैं, और बेस्ट 4 में जब एडमिशन करते थे वो बेस्ट 4 में के मार्क्स के बेस पे करते थे, कंसीडरिंग स्टूडेंट हैव स्टडीड मैथ एट +2 level. But in your case, you are just supposed to do maths, English. You are having combination of political science, sociology, or history. You can do that.
Sir, so it's not compulsory that you have to give economics paper because you're going to pursue Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Question, I think one more quickly. Ashutosh, I think, sir, means Prabhat sir already cleared the doubt. If you miss that opportunity, you can go to our social media, and we already uploaded the same thing on our YouTube channel. Still you have doubt, you can ask in the chat box. And if anything specific you want to ask, please let us know. Okay, Simran have one more question, that apart from CUET, do we also need to fill out?
Hello, sir. This is Ashutosh here.
Yeah, please, Ashutosh, go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to ask that I want to gain an insight on the question paper. How is it made? Like, what are the structures? Like, sir talked about general ability and other stuff. But I want to just get an insight on the paper of CUET PG, if that's possible.
Yeah, Ashutosh, actually जो हमने जनरल एबिलिटी टेस्ट की बात की है, that is for UG course, not for PG course.
Okay, sir.
Okay. PG में आपका there are bunch of questions, जैसे मैंने बताया PG QP 1 से लेके PG QP 78 तक है. Okay. So can you tell me what actually which course you are going to apply for?
So actually I am applying for 22 PGQP 22, which is for like it includes biotech and like the life sciences branch as a whole. So that's what I am applying for.
PGQP 22.
Yes, sir.
Then there are different pattern है, pattern 1, 2 and 3. So आपको फिर ये देखना पड़ेगा कि which university you are applying for PGQP 22.
Okay, sir.
अप्लाई कर दिया है?
जी सर.
तो कौन से
So उन्होंने बोला कि सब
आपने
कर देने के लिए मतलब
PGQP 22 में बेसिकली पैटर्न 1
for all universities
25 जनरल प्लस 75 डोमेन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज क्वेश्चन. सो 25 जनरल में आ गया आपका मीडियम तो यू नो इंग्लिश और हिंदी. इंग्लिश में या तो हिंदी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज इटसेल्फ. तो 25 जनरल में आपको जनरल टेस्ट होगा. अब जनरल टेस्ट इज नॉट वेरी मच डिफाइंड व्हाट इज दैट जनरल टेस्ट, बट या जनरल नॉलेज, इंग्लिश एप्टीट्यूड एंड जनरल नॉलेज टेस्ट रहेगा. जनरल नॉलेज में जो रहता है but yeah, again हो सकता है related to your domain specific general knowledge questions would be there, including English language testing. And 75 उससे science related questions होगा. तो आपका BSc का
सर मतलब आप जो सॉरी फॉर इंटरप्टिंग. सो सर जो आप बोल रहे हैं 25 क्वेश्चन होंगे अलग, मतलब वो कुछ भी मतलब क्या हो सकते हैं, मतलब जनरल नॉलेज लाइक करंट अफेयर्स टाइप और व्हाट?
जनरल क्वेश्चंस हो सकता है आपका इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज का टेस्टिंग हो, इंग्लिश एप्टीट्यूड, इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज कैसा है ना. जनरल नॉलेज हो सकता है, उसमें आ सकता है, या फ्रेजेस आ सकता है. फिर आपका एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट देखा जाएगा, रीड द फ्रेज एंड गिव द आंसर.
ओके,
दैट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस मे कम.
ओके सर. सो मतलब कि वो जो 75 आएंगे, मतलब आई एम एक्चुअली अ बीएससी जूलॉजी स्टूडेंट. सो माय BSc is about to end in like 1 month or so. So मतलब कि वो जूलॉजी के अराउंड क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, लेकिन वो माइक्रोबायोलॉजी वगैरह भी इंक्लूड कर सकते
हैं. PGQP जो बंच है 22 PGQP is the bunch of various I'm not very much clear, but ऐसा मेंशन है कि 75 डोमेन स्पेसिफिक रहेगा. तो उसमें जनरल जो जूलॉजी बॉटनी के रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं.
जी सर. सर तो आप भी रेकमेंड करेंगे पीजी के लिए भी, मतलब प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन ज्यादा हेल्पफुल रहेंगे, राइट?
एक्चुअली एनटीए फर्स्ट टाइम करवा रही है ये, तो प्रीवियस एनटीए के द्वारा किए गए एग्जाम का प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस है नहीं. वी डोंट नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन पैटर्न, नॉट पैटर्न, क्वेश्चन क्वालिटी दे आर यूजिंग, है ना, किस क्वालिटी यूज कर रहे हैं. But yeah, you can, if you want to have reference, then you can see CUET जो पहले होता था, Central Test.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Question paper को you can refer. I will suggest.
Okay sir, okay sir.
Anyone have any other question? Okay, yeah, Samida, please ask your question.
So to disturb again. My doubt is, for example, right now I'm going with CRT content or whatever I'm studying in 12th. Is it enough, or the 11th one also I have to revise again?
See, the question will be based on 12th, but you have to see the syllabus. In economics, they have changed it. They are asking questions from microeconomics, macroeconomics, and Indian economy. They have given 10 units. 10 units जो दिए हैं आप NCERT के बुक में, वो 10 यूनिट का जो NCERT था उस है, लेकिन उसने इंडियन इकोनॉमी अब आ गया है, जो पहले 11th में पढ़ाते थे अब वो 12th में कर दिया है, और माइक्रो अब 11th में कर दिया गया है. तो दे आर आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम मिक्स. So you have to go, just see the syllabus, mark it in your NCERT book and follow it. They have like not kept entire 11th, entire 12th.
Same thing?